great. Well, what is this training all about?
Well, it's primarily just a leadership training conference that we're having for the kids, where they get a chance to, in a simulated experience, set up their own society, their own three-level society, if you will, a lower class, a middle class, and a power upper class. And they get a chance to deal with the upper class because the upper class makes all the rules. And,
what rules were they working under in the classroom situation? It seemed to be a power struggle between one group and another.
Right. The power struggle centered around the amount of money or chips that the other groups had. And the upper class wanted all of it. And they wanted to simply just take it from the lower classes.
How did you set up these ground rules, or what chips were they using?
Well, I gave them different colored chips, and they were told that these were worth a certain value, and they could trade it at will for 10 minutes to improve their own lot. And at the end of that time, then the ones with the highest points got a chance to make the rules for the rest of the group.
And how are they reacting to this? What do you hope that they will gain or learn from doing this type of thing?
Ultimately, after they got over some of the frustration, the lower two groups, after they got over the frustration of being on the bottom tier and not being able to affect change at all or make any of their own decisions and own rules, they decided that perhaps this was quite a bit similar to electing spokesmen from their own community to go out and represent them and having those spokesmen turn against them and not represent them.
When you laid the rules out for the game, everybody didn't quite understand it because because when you gave changes groups to have into the square and stuff like that. Well, see, we know that if we gave the points to a man in our group, that if he was that we had to represent us. See, we didn't know he was gonna represent us. See, therefore we'd got somebody else capable of representing our group instead of letting them make off the wall rules like they did.
All right, can you draw a parallel between that and anything else?
Yeah, see, like we have representatives in Congress, to speak for us, against, so to keep the president in check, to get our rights in, so we won't be.
Now, do they do the same thing that the squares did when they got the power?
Huh?
Do the people in Congress, you feel, do the same things that the squares did when they get the power?
Well,
in other words, do they represent your voice when they get to Washington? That's what I'm asking.
Well, either they represent the voice, or when the turn come up, they won't be in there no more.
Well, these kids are going to spend 4 weeks with you in a leadership training program. What happens to them after that?
After that, we've already decided they've already been given memberships in the Y here. And since they're from this part of town anyway, they're going to start meeting on the 13th of August every other week, and they're going to attack problems in Oak Cliff and South Dallas that they deem to be necessary.
And attack them in what way?
Okay, well, you see, part of our training is going to be set up so that they'll understand, or they'll get a working knowledge of how to get things changed in their community. For example, if there are junk cars around the streets, dead animals, vacant lots that need to be cleaned up, we'll give them the information they need so that they can get that taken care of. And then they're going to go out and look for these things in their